You know the scene, right? The first distant pop of a firework, and poof, your cat is gone. But have you ever stopped to think what's really going on behind those huge, terrified eyes? Well, we're going to get into it because the answer is way more complex and honestly, more fascinating than you probably think. Let me tell you about Luna. This cat was fearless. I mean, bold, curious, greeted everybody. But then, one New Year's Eve, a single, super close firework, well, it changed everything. Her story is a perfect, heartbreaking window into the intense reality our cats are dealing with. So, get this, that firework that you barely even noticed, to your cat, it could sound up to 4 times more intense. But even that huge number doesn't tell the whole story. It's not just about being louder. For them, it is a completely different and frankly terrifying experience. So, what is your cat really experiencing in those moments? That's the big question we're tackling. We're going to look at Luna's story, dive into the incredible science of their senses, and most importantly, talk about what you can actually do to help them through it. All right, so let's get back to Luna, because that one night of fireworks, it didn't just scare her, it totally changed who she was. Her story really shows just how deep and long-lasting this kind of fear can be. And the change was just heartbreaking. I mean, this confident little cat who would walk right up to strangers suddenly became this nervous wreck. She started over-grooming this one spot on her leg, a classic sign of anxiety, until it was raw. She'd jump at the tiniest sounds. This wasn't just a bad night for her, this was genuine trauma. So to really get why this happens, we have to look at the incredible biological hardware our cats are working with, and it all starts with their ears. Seriously, their ears aren't anything like ours. Think less ears and more, sophisticated military-grade radar systems. Just look at the sheer scale of this difference. We humans, our hearing pretty much tops out around 20,000 hertz. A cat? They can hear all the way up to 85,000 hertz. Think about that. They are perceiving an entire universe of high-frequency sound that is just complete silence to us. This visual really drives it home, doesn't it? That little bar, that's us. This massive one, that's your cat. So it's not just that they're hearing our world louder. No, they're hearing a completely different world, one filled with all these ultrasonic noises we literally can't even imagine. So you can see why a firework isn't just a simple boom or pop to them. To a cat, it's this complex, layered assault. You've got the low rumble, sure, but also all these high-frequency whistles from the chemicals burning, these ultrasonic screams, the piercing echoes. It's just a total, overwhelming sensory overload. And the way their ears are built is just, wow. Each ear has 32 individual muscles. We have 6. This lets them rotate 180 degrees totally independent of each other, like little satellite dishes. The whole system is perfectly designed to pinpoint the tiniest rustle of a mouse in the grass. But when that same system gets blasted with the chaos of fireworks, well, that incredible evolutionary advantage suddenly becomes a curse. But it's not just about the ears. It's also about how the brain processes these sounds. A cat's brain has been fine-tuned over millions of years to hear a sudden, loud, high-frequency noise and interpret it as one thing and one thing only, life-threatening danger. Okay, so deep inside your cat's brain, there's this little part called the amygdala. It's basically the threat detection center. And when it hears a firework, it doesn't stop to think, oh, is that a holiday? No, it just registers sudden, loud, unpredictable sound and immediately hits the big red panic button. It floods their body with adrenaline and cortisol. To the amygdala, there is zero difference between a firework and a predator about to attack. And this is the key to why cats like Luna don't just get over it. It's something called one-trial learning. For some cats, it only takes one single, intensely scary event for their brain to forge a powerful, lifelong phobia. Just one time. So here's how that works. The firework, that's the traumatic event, and it creates this really strong fear memory. But the brain is tricky. It doesn't just remember the sound. It links that fear to everything else that was going on. The smell in the air, the flashes of light, maybe even the time of day. This whole process, it's called fear conditioning. And that is exactly what happened with Luna. By the next year, her brain had learned the pattern. She started associating the date, the way the light looked in the evening, the extra noise in the neighborhood. All of it became a trigger for the trauma she knew was coming. Her anxiety would start kicking in hours before the first firework even went off. Okay, so knowing the science is one thing, but how do you actually spot this in your own cat? How can you tell what they're really feeling? Let's break down the specific signs, both physical and behavioral, that tell you your cat is experiencing extreme fear. Right in the middle of it, you want to look for these immediate signs. Hiding, that's the classic one, right? But some cats will just freeze, like a statue. Others might frantically try to escape, scratching at doors or windows. And look, if they have an accident, please remember that is an involuntary physical response to pure terror. It is not them being bad. And hey, the signs don't just stop when the noise does. In the hours or even days that follow, you need to watch for these lingering symptoms. Are they refusing to eat or drink? Are they hyper-aware, startling at every little sound? Are they over-grooming? Or maybe they're suddenly aggressive. All of these are huge red flags that their nervous system is still totally overloaded. Okay, so we get the problem now. It's intense. So let's talk solutions, because there's so much you can do to help. But it all starts with understanding one really critical and kind of counterintuitive piece of advice about how you should respond when they're scared. This right here, this is probably the single biggest mistake that most of us with the best intentions make. That instinct to rush over, scoop up your cat and cuddle them, it feels so right to us. But what it actually tells them is, you're right to be terrified. This is a big deal. It accidentally confirms their fear instead of calming them down. So the most important thing is to know what not to do. First, don't pull them out of their hiding spot. That's their safe spot, their fortress. Absolutely do not punish them for any stress behaviors, like having an accident. And please, I can't stress this enough, never ever give them human medications or sedatives you weren't given by a vet. It can be incredibly dangerous. All right, so here's the game plan. What you should do. Well, before the big night, set up a safe room, an interior room with their bed, food, water, litter box. Make it a happy place with treats and toys. Then, during the fireworks, you need to act completely normal. Your calm energy is a powerful signal that everything's okay. Close the curtains, turn on some music or the TV to muffle the sounds, and just let your cat be. Let them hide, let them come to you. Your calm, steady presence is the most powerful tool you have. You see, by just understanding their sensory world a little better, we can help transform their experience from pure terror into something more like manageable stress. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? Our modern world wasn't built for their ancient senses. Fireworks are just one night. What other parts of our loud, bright human world are we asking them to just endure every single day?
Before you go, remember this. Your cat is doing something right now that most owners completely miss. At Feline Frontier, we don't just share cute cat facts, we uncover the hidden meanings, the quiet signals, and the strange behaviors your cat uses every single day to communicate with you. From the sounds that instantly calm a stressed cat, to the tiny habits that prove they trust you, to the mistakes that silently hurt them more than you realize. Everything here is designed to help you understand your cat on a deeper level. So if you've ever looked at your cat and thought, "What are you really trying to tell me?" You're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe to Feline Frontier, because the next video might explain something your cat has been waiting years for you to understand. See you in the next frontier of feline truth.